Welcome to Tasting the City. We know some of you viewers are hot. It's Florida and you're looking for something to, well, maybe to have a little drink. So today we're at the Stilt House Brewery. And the Stilt House Brewery is located in beautiful downtown Palm Harbor. Well, almost downtown, it's over there a little ways. But it's at 625 Alt 19. So let's go in and see what they got here. Hey, how you doing?
Welcome to
Hey,
Stilt
who are
House.
you?
I'm the bar manager. My name is Greg. Welcome to Stilt House.
Well, thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. Tell me about Stilt House.
Well, we actually just recently put 26 taps on, as well as putting in 5 other taps as well.
Holy cow.
Come on in.
Let's go.
All right, I want to introduce you to Sean, which is our head brewer as well as part owner.
Hi, Sean.
Sean,
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
So tell me about your brewery here.
We got a 3.5 barrel brew house, oversized mash tun because I like really high gravity beers. So most
high gravity, what's that mean?
high alcohol content.
Oh, I like that.
I like that as well. we have a Belgian quad on right now that's I listed it at 12, but I think it's like 13 and a half. It was in a Jack Daniel's barrel. As a matter of fact, there's still some in that barrel right there. It's been in that barrel for a month and a half. We're going to pull that out and put it on tap next
What
month.
does that do to the beer if it's in a Jack Daniel's barrel?
The inside of the oak barrel is actually charred, so it picks up a lot of vanilla notes and like dark cherries for a Belgian. It gives it a lot of extra character. That was an exciting beer to make.
Wow.
We figured out that the capacity of our mash tun is 550 pounds of grain, because that's how much grain it took to make that beer.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
It's an expensive beer then.
That's a really expensive beer. We serve it in small glasses, but we're still not, we're covering
But a
costs.
good beer.
It's a delicious beer.
Well, I can imagine. Stored in a Jack Daniel's barrel.
Yes, you can't drink too much of that.
At 13.5%, I don't know.
Can't drink too much of that, because it'll make you feel good.
Excellent, excellent.
So we brew it in the brew house. We send it to the fermenters. We have 6 7-barrel fermenters. We're filling this one today. Other than that, everything else is full in the house. Right now, we're only making beer for here.
I notice you have the names on here, like Zoe and Rufus. Do those mean anything? Or
They
just...
do actually. Every single fermenter has a story. Okay, Liam, one of my assistant brewers, who's here, who's actually helping right now. He had a son born 5 months ago. That's his son's name.
Oh.
Rufus is the pelican that's in our logo. So
Oh,
Rufus,
okay. That's Rufus.
That's Rufus, the pelican from A Dolphin Tale.
Oh, okay.
That's where the pelican came from.
Okay.
There's a girl that comes in here very frequently. Her dog had cancer.
Oh.
And they were going to put her dog down on the Saturday that we were going to fill this. And her dog's name was Zoe. So she put her dog down, and then she came in here to have an after party after the dog died. And so we did that for her. She didn't know we were going to do it. So,
Oh, wow.
So Zoe was the dog.
Story. That's a good story.
That's a good one. Han is funny because Han was going to be Last Chance, because that was the last fermenter that we brought into the building. But Last Chance didn't fit. So we cut off the rest of the letters, and it's Han.
Han.
Yeah.
Han. Okay, I get it. That works well.
There's 2 more on the other side. One of them I had in the back of my truck, and I was driving it here from St. Pete, because we buy everything as local as we can. So we bought these from St. Petersburg. So I had it in the back of my truck, and I was driving here, and I got rear-ended on US 19. It's been a lot of awesome things happening after that, but that one's called Crash.
And fittingly.
Right. The one next to it is called Number 2, because I was supposed to pick Number 2 up that day, but then I got rear-ended, so I didn't have time. So Number 2 came a couple of days later. So that's the fermenters. Snow White is our bright tank. It's a pressure vessel, so we can actually put the beers in there and actually carbonate them. We put a lot of pressure on it. But that's called Snow White because it clears out all the beers. Also because all the 7s go into her, which is just a little side note.
Side note.
Yeah,
Okay.
side note.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I see you guys have beer.
Well, all those are for you.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. So,
You know that Skittles commercial, Taste the Rainbow?
taste the rainbow. I like that. So, which part of the rainbow should I start on first?
I would usually start with the lighter side.
Before I go to the dark side?
Before you go to the dark side, yeah.
So we go to the light side.
Yeah.
And what might I be tasting here?
I'm actually not sure what they poured you. There you go.
Number 1.
No, that's actually number 6. So
number 6.
That's a Belgian white IPA.
Belgian white. Now, what's an IPA?
An IPA is an Indian Pale Ale. The hop content, the bitterness content in that is going to be really high.
Yeah.
This is basically like if you were to have a commercial example, it would be like a Hoegaarden that's as hoppy as like a Highlight. So
all you beer guys know what that means.
Right.
For the rest of us, it's kind of a bitter, light tasting.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
The IBUs on that beer are about 77. Most people can only taste up to 77. There are a few people with palates that can go all the way up to in the 90s, but most people it's usually only in the 70s.
Okay. And then the next one here?
The second one, that is the Honey Jalapeno Cornbread Lager.
I've tried this before,
Right.
but I'll describe it like I've never tasted it.
Like you've never had it before.
Okay. Oh man, that is good.
It sort of tastes like I wanted to design that beer. It was really funny. I wanted to design that beer around an American light lager because my business partner actually told me I needed to make an American light lager, and I said no, because those are not good.
Miller makes plenty of that anyway, right? Okay.
You can get that across the street, I think. So then he said, well, just make me an American lager. I wrote 8 different recipes, and I threw them all away.
This is delicious.
Thank you. The 8th one, I pulled it back out of the trash, and he said, just make me an American lager, whatever you want. And I made him that, and he was really mad. He said that was a bad choice. As it turns out, that's actually one of our #1 sellers.
This is wonderful. As you notice, I've been sipping this as you've been talking because you get this taste, and the first taste you get is like this cornbread sort of,
Yes.
not hot, but a little spicier, hot,
A little hot on the end.
and then the beer.
Yep.
It's
And if you get that in a Pilsner glass, we actually serve that with a slice of jalapeno on the rim. Jalapeno, the hotness of jalapeno is actually capsaicin. Capsaicin is alcohol soluble, so as soon as you drop that slice of jalapeno in your beer, it's instantly hot.
Oh, wow.
And some people really like it that way.
Wow. I like it like this. All right, number three.
Number 3, we're actually.
India Pale Ale.
Is that the IPA?
Yeah. Oh,
All right.
this is an IPA.
Even my cheat notes aren't even right. All right, if that is the question, yeah, then that would be the question. All right,
Yeah.
question is also 77 IBUs, exactly like the Belgian wit. That's another funny story. My business partner said, I want you to make me an IPA. It's all right, so I made him one, and he said it's not hoppy enough. So I made him another one, not hoppy enough. I made another one, not hoppy enough. So I was making that one, and he said, well, really, the question is, can you make an IPA? And I said, well, that's the question. And that's where we stopped.
That's the answer.
Yep, that is the answer.
This is really good. All right, number 4.
4 should be that's the Marzen, that's the Oktoberfest.
October, which is, because you might be watching this in December, who knows?
December,
But
it is actually,
it is sort of October.
right now it's Oktoberfest. We're not quite in October yet, but all the Oktoberfest beer's gone.
Oh, boy. This is nice.
That's
This is a
very
German
smooth.
kind
That's
of
a German.
taste.
You should be able to drink that one all day long. I know I can.
All day, probably all night too. All right, we're going more to the dark side.
Now we're going to the dark side of the force. That would be the Northern English Brown Ale. So Northern English Brown Ale, it's
coffee sort of.
right. It's characterized by what they had in Northern New England when they were brewing. So there is actually corn in that because they didn't have a whole lot of malt. So it's not 100% corn base. It's actually only 8% corn base. But it's flaked corn, so it's not like corn syrup or anything like that.
That is good. Now, the totally dark side.
The dark side, that is #1. That's the milk stout. They call the milk stout soul candy. That's actually not that high in alcohol content, but it's creamy chocolate. It's actually made with a little bit of lactose. Lactose is an unfermentable milk sugar. and that so it doesn't ferment. That's where the sweetness still
It's
comes
got
from.
a body to it that's different than all these ones. This is really.
It's supposed to be more like a meal. When I first made the milk stout, I didn't actually eat food for about a week because there's a lot of calories in that. So I would just keep drinking the milk stout and
Now, if I was to do just a blind test and say which one did Terry like best?
which one did you like best? And it's actually the jalapeno cornbread, and that's what I was saying. That's the one that sells the most. And like I said, it was a joke in the beginning, and the joke is all on me because now when I make that, there's in 7 barrels, there's like 140 jalapenos that have to be cut up to put into that recipe. And I cut them all up by hand.
Wonderful. This is wonderful. And you can only get this here, right? Now, what are you drinking? Because I'm drinking all these sample stuff.
I think I'm actually drinking the Oktoberfest.
Yep.
I'm drinking the Big Al's Belgian Quad.
Belgian Quad. Of course he is.
12%.
12%.
Belgian Quad.
Discussed earlier, which was.
I'm a real light bear. Tell us about these containers you have down here.
At the moment, our first is a 32-ounce growler, which is a $10 fill. And then we have the 64-ounce mini keg Stilt House growlers, which are $50, and it's going to be a $17 fill for all of our crafts. Other than that,
So it is cheaper in volume.
It is cheaper in volume. We were really happy that the half-gallon growler bill passed. We were so happy that we bought those. These are, I wouldn't say they're the best half-gallon growler you can buy, but it's some of the best on the market. You can throw those across the room and they won't break. If you could take them places where they say you can't have glass, because it's not glass, it's stainless steel.
Yeah, like nice pool.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
That is the same. It's a mini version of the kegs that we actually put beer in to serve behind the counter and to start for distribution.
What a great American idea.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Well, this is great. Now, tell me about a little history about your place. You're the Stilt House, but we're on flat ground here, right?
Right. We started brewing in a Stilt House in Oldsmar.
Yeah.
And in 2013, we made 1,800 gallons of beer in that house, which is really not legal, but we weren't selling it; we were giving it away. So
That's a lot of friends.
we had a lot of friends.
Of course, if you had 1,800 gallons of beer, you could have a lot of friends.
Yes. So by the time we figured that out, we incorporated in 2013. We signed the lease here in 2013. It took us almost a full year to actually construct the place. We all did it. We did it by ourselves. So I built all this stuff with my hands. The other thing with the Stilt Houses is there's 9 of those Stilt Houses left out in the Gulf. Yep. They're north of here. And we were just looking for an icon.
It's very Florida.
Yeah.
Not a lot of Stilt Houses in New Jersey. Or,
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
name a state. There's not a lot of Stilt Houses.
It's got to be over the water. But those houses, that's the silhouette of number 9, Stilt House number 9. It's about a mile offshore, about 5-6 miles out in the water.
Oh, okay. I've seen that on the boats floating right here. That's pretty cool. So, do you guys have a Facebook page?
We do have a Facebook page. Yeah, Greg updates the Facebook page.
yes, we have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We have our website up to date with all of our beers that are on tap at the moment, as well as our events calendar with all our events, our live music, cornhole tournaments, things of that nature. It was all on our website as well as our Facebook. So follow us on Facebook and Twitter and keep up to date with all of our events.
So if you're looking for a good brew, take it from tasting the city, come up to the Stilt House in Palm Harbor and talk to the brewmaster, talk to Greg, enjoy a good beer and have a good time. Salud!